Next piece of equipment is our super slow system pull down. This is the original prototype for Ken Hutchins pull down, but it does not have a fall off cam in it. So this particular piece of equipment loads up very heavy in the area from about forehead down the chest during the pull down. As stated in the Big 5 workout, which you'll see, most pull downs have the boom for the pulley directly overhead. This one has the boom about 30 degrees out in front of the subject. And what happens there is you're not just loading your back and your latissimus, but because you're having to pull out in front of you, it also loads your frontal musculature more severely, and in particular, your abs as a stabilizer are heavily involved. So this one movement really gets the entire torso musculature very thoroughly. Next is the Maddox overhead press. It's adjustable in a few planes. One is the seat. One is the seat back. It can be either retracted or pulled forward a couple of inches if it's a smaller, more petite person. And then the movement arm itself can be moved up or down depending upon arm length, torso length, or where you're adjusting the seat. Those capabilities allow you to move the sticking point of the machine, which happens to occur roughly when the movement arm gets horizontal with the ground. It allows you to move that sticking point around to a different point in the range of motion should you need to. The next pieces of equipment are a vintage 1970s Nautilus plate loading bicep and tricep. What's been adjusted for on this machine is the cams are again the machinable plastic that have been shaved into a more ideal strength curve, the use of Kevlar belts, pulleys with sealed bearings. Same thing over here. Also, the stop for the movement arm has been adjusted. These are actually counterweights to counterweight the weight of the average person's extremity so that the cam timing will be appropriate. These are really great, these old-time Nautilus machines. Next is an original prototype of the Super Slow Systems bicep machine, which has a coupled movement arm. And what a coupled movement arm is means that there's pressure on your wrist and pressure just below your elbow that serves as a fulcrum point for contracting the bicep and moving the machine. That obviates any concerns regarding grip giving out on the piece of equipment. The other unique thing about this is Ken Hutchins has put in a twisting plunger that adjusts the timing of the cam for different people's limb lengths. Because at full flexion, you want the cam to fall completely off. Which in my case, this might be somewhere in the ballpark, but close. If that's how that piece of equipment works. It's adjustable by the cam timing and the seat height. This is the original version of the Maddox abdominal machine. It doesn't have a whole lot of degrees of adjustment. The machine is set up so that you're sitting in it. The movement arm comes over the subject. Subject is buckled in. And you can conduct trunk flexion to load the abs like this. It also has an apparatus for hip abduction or spreading the legs. And what this does is it places your iliopsoas muscles in your groin in a state of sufficiency where they cannot really contribute to trunk flexion. The idea behind this is that any trunk flexion that occurs from this position is transferred mainly onto the rectus abdominis musculature. The other machines in the facility that load the abs very efficiently, like the pull over and the pull down, this movement is a little bit superfluous, but clients always like to work their abs. We finally capitulated to that and put that piece of equipment in the facility.